so let's start with today's episode. It is an encounter between the 2014 finalists, the Punjab Kings, take on the Kolkata Knight Riders. So for this, we have a special guest with us. We have our first panelist whose Goa plans never fails. Joining with us straight from the vibe of India, a Punjab super fan, Aditya Shetty, all the way from Goa. So Aditya, how are you?
Yeah, I'm great. Thank you. Thank you for having me on your show. It's a pleasure.
Okay, so a quick question. So you are from Goa, and there's no IPL teams in IPL for Goa. Okay, so you had the full 8 options available. So why you chose to support the Punjab Kings?
Actually, I've been following IPL since the first season of the IPL, and I was a huge fan of Brett Lee that time. And since he was playing for Punjab, and also Yuvraj, actually, I was also a big fan of Yuvraj after the 2007 World Cup. So then naturally, it was my favorite team since the first season.
Okay, you
And
and
then
Bradley, the two.
I sort of got along with the team, and then it was just Punjab all the way.
Okay. UV Paji made you a Punjab fan. So we have our second panelist, our own Prasad Dhuri, supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. So without wasting any time, let's start on with our first round. That is, रिश्ते में तो हम तुम्हारे बाप लगते हैं. So in this round, you both have to tell me कि क्यों आपकी टीम एक दूसरे टीम से बाप है. लाइक पंजाब, आपको क्यों लगता है कि केकेआर से पंजाब बाप है एंड वो ये एनकाउंटर जीतेगी?
I think recent history अगर हमने देखा तो I think Punjab have played like compared to earlier years, Punjab have sort of improved their performance against KKR, because overall I do think that KKR has an upper hand against Punjab. But since the revamp that the Punjab team did in the 2018, since then I think it's been pretty close. And last year also we just gifted away our one match against KKR. That it was like 3 overs, we needed 20 runs, and we just bottled that match. So I think if we see the recent history, I think Punjab have been very good against KKR.
Okay, so the graph for Punjab Kings against KKR is going up and up and up.
Yeah.
So let's see what our Kolkata Knight Riders panelists have to say. So Prasad, tell us.
In head-to-head records, KKR has dominated Punjab, like they are leading by 18-9. But in recent history, KKR has won last 5 out of 6 matches. So Aditya, you got that wrong. I thought. And and talking about the recent performance, like I know we had a tough games, but we were unfortunate in some of the games and are languishing at the bottom of the table. But there is a change of venue. First game at Ahmedabad, and we have seen that it offers something for both, that fast bowlers and spinners. So KKR has a good balanced attack of good spinners and fast pace bowlers. But I think in Punjab like genuine pace in the playing 11 apart from Shami, and the record the Russell having a great record against Shami. And like he has scored about 77 runs of 23 balls with a strike rate of 290. So I'm looking forward to that matchup. And KKR are desperate for that win, that 2 vital points. So I think they will grab tonight.
Okay. So showing us some stats. Agar Russell versus Shami, we'll have to see the match.
I totally agree. I think against KKR and against SRH, I just can't say anything. That's like we have had a very poor record against those two. Even against Mumbai, we have a very equal record. I think we have the best record against Mumbai compared to other teams. It's 13-14. So I don't think any team is even close to, against Mumbai.
So Punjab will be in high on confidence from the last Mumbai game. They have like outperformed Mumbai Indians, and KKR still struggling for those 2 points. So we'll have to see what happens in this encounter. Okay, so we both heard why both panelists support their teams and why they want their team to win. So let's move on to our second round. That is Rahul. Naam to suna hi hoga. So in this round, you both have to tell us who will be that one key player from your franchise that will be the best player for today's encounter. So let's begin with Aditya. So who will be the key player for Punjab?
I think tomorrow the key player will be Chris Gale because he has had a very good record versus KKR, even against even in 29 in was it 20 yeah it was 2018 where he absolutely massacred the KKR bowlers at Eden Garden. The rain affected game, I think Prasad will remember that match.
Yeah.
And last year also at Sharjah he scored a half century. So I think Gale will be the big man tomorrow, the important player for us.
The two Jamaicans will be against each other, Narayan versus Gill. So we'll have to see that battle, that specific battle. So Kolkata, who do you think will be the best?
The best player from my side will be Shubman Gill. He's a young player. He is an excellent young player. We have all seen it on the big stage. Also, he needs just one big innings to boost his confidence. And I think that good innings will come against Punjab because he has a very good record against Punjab, scoring 3 half centuries in the last 5 innings. And average is about 104. So I'm expecting him to make it 4 out of 6 tomorrow.
Both the panelists have selected their best batsmen from the team, and the record says so. So it will be a fantastic match of batsmen tomorrow, I guess. So we'll have to wait and watch for the encounter. So the two panelists have answered fantastically for the 2 rounds. So it's time for me to bowl some bouncers. So my first question to Aditya is that Nicholas Puran has not performed well for Punjab this season, and David Malan, as he's the number 1 T20 batsman, is on the bench. So should he get a chance in 11, and should Gale open with KL Rahul?
As far as the Malan question is concerned, of course it's a good problem to have that he's on the bench. And if you see Puran's innings, other than that match versus CSK at Wankhede where we were at top order absolutely collapsed, that match he played a very irresponsible shot where he got caught at deep backward point, I guess, deep backward square leg, sorry. And other than that, I think it was he came in the scenario where he had to go from ball 1, like versus RR he had to go from ball 1, versus DC also he had to go from ball 1, and versus SRH he got run out without facing a ball. So I think he hasn't got many chances as such. So I think we should stick with Puran. Of course, Malan is a great player, but I think we should stick with Puran. And as far as opening is concerned, yes, I do think that Gale should open along with Mayank Agarwal, because as we have seen, KL Rahul is capable of batting at any spot. Even in the Indian team, he has batted in the opening spot. He has played at 3, 4, 5, and I think in the World Cup against Australia, he came in at 6, I think. So he's capable of playing anywhere, and I think he just needs 7 to 8 balls to get in, and then he can just go berserk. He's that kind of a player, KL Rahul. So he will be perfect at 4 actually, and I'd want Puran at 3, and I'll want Gale to open with Mayank.
Okay, so absolutely agree with your answer. The KL, the captain, I think he should change his spot because he can take the responsibility of the middle order as well and drive the game as he wants. So that was a very specific and on-point answer. So Prasad, is KKR using Russell appropriately with the bat? We know Russell can change the course of the game in 10 to 12 balls, but we are seeing him very lower in the order, and he's not getting that many balls, and the situation is also complicated when he comes into bat. So should KKR use him wisely?
Yes, I think he should be used wisely. I think he should be promoted up the order at number 4 or 5, and Captain Morgan should be dropped at number 5 or 6, which will be ideal. If there is a solid foundation from the openers, he can always go berserk at coming at number 4, and so yeah, I think he should be promoted at number 4 or 5, depending upon the situation.
Okay. Okay, so you want to say that he should be he should play a role of Maxwell, what
Yeah.
Maxwell is doing in the RCB. So I think yeah, so that will be actually a boost for KKR also. So yeah, right, good. That both the answers were good and on point. So now we have come to the end of this segment. So what our panelists think, what will be the 11, will be there any changes for that squad? So let's hear it with Aditya. So do you think there will be any changes with the change of venue? You think the Punjab will go like some pacer will be introduced, like any Australian pacer, Jay Richardson maybe?
Yeah, I think we should. Not the Australian Pacers, of course. It's a shame that they haven't been able to perform up to the mark because it was the combined investment of 22 crores. I don't think they have bowled up to the mark. But I'd like to actually include Chris Jordan in place of Fabian Allen because he's an all-rounder, so that will be a nice thing. Plus, he is a specialist death bowler, which will be very important because we don't know how the Ahmedabad pitch will play. And yeah, I'll include Jordan in place of Allen, and that's the only change.
Okay. So Jordan cutters are very useful in the death, as you said. So
Yeah.
that was like I really hope they make this change for the if they want to win, obviously. So KKR. So who do you think will come in, or there will be no change?
Depending on the condition, if it is a spin-friendly track, I will be tempted to play Harbhajan Singh because he has an excellent record against Gale and Rahul. So yeah, that will be the only change. Otherwise, if there is a space, it will be a fast wicket. I think there will be no change.
Okay. So but if Harbhajan comes in, who would replace? Like who would be going into bench?
One of the fast bowlers, Marvin, या फिर Prasad Krishna.
Okay, so I guess it will be Mavi since Precious has been bowling good. I guess he's also specialist swinging deliveries. So
there
I
are
guess
also one more option, Shakib.
Okay, Shakib in place of Narayan.
No, not Narayan. Pat Cummins and all. Then the Indian bowling will. Then it will be all Indian bowling.
Pat Cummins, I don't think they'll replace.
16 crores.
Because 16 crores also he's a all rounder. He hits the ball like come on.
But, yeah. Bowling wise, he has not been up to the mark.
Up to the mark, yeah, that's not worth 16 crores.
Yeah, because
until now.
Indian pitches, I don't think that Australian bowlers they just are not just suitable for these pitches because कोई भी कितना भी फास्ट बॉलर हो वो पीटता है वो आईपीएल मेरेडिथ पिट रहा है उधर जाए रिचर्डसन पिट रहा है जॉनसन पिटा था सभी पिट रहे हैं मतलब मुंबई में जाके वो अलग बात है वो मुंबई में जाके वो मतलब अलग ही बॉलर बन जाते हैं लेकिन बाकी के फ्रेंचाइज को जब पिटे ही है मतलब
I think this is a good sign for India. Looking forward, the T20 World Cup is in India. So I think they should like our batsmen should be like Australia. आया तो पीट दो अभी ये लोग को. सब वसूल कर दो 22 करोड़ 16 करोड़ सब वसूल कर दो इधर से अभी. So T20 World Cup में देखना होगा. So yeah, that was a very great round and very interesting. Thanks guys. So guys, we have come to the end of this episode. If you like this video, please like that button, share with your cricket fans, and also subscribe to Soft Signal. Also follow us on Instagram and Aditya as well. We'll be putting his link in the description. Follow us, Soft Signal. Cheers, guys.